Have you ever heard about the hauntings of the Queen Mary?
No.
Hello, welcome to our podcast, Creepy Little Hauntings. I'm your host, Bella Loza Cruz.
And I'm your co-host, Bram Bowditch. Today we'll be talking about the history of the Queen Mary ship. We'll also tell you about the 4 hauntings.
In 1936, the Queen Mary was a ship that traveled from England to New York City back and forth. The ship held up to 2,038 people at once. However, during World War II, it carried 16,683 soldiers at once. In 1967, the ship had retired after years of sailing and was bought by Long Beach, where it is now permanently docked.
Now to the hauntings. The Queen's Salon was once the Queen Mary's first-class lounge and has been home to the ship's Lady in White for years. The identification of the Lady in White remains a mystery, but she's been seen near the piano dancing to music no one else can hear. She is also seen walking through the halls. Whoever she is, the Lady in White has been one of the ship's most popular and often seen ghosts since it was docked in Long Beach.
Jacqueline Torrin, also known as Jackie, was a little girl in the 1940s who sadly drowned in the first-class pool when she was 5 or 6 years old. Jackie is a very commonly seen ghost in the first-class pool. She likes to sing and play hide-and-seek with other visitors. Jackie is a very talkative ghost, communicating with paranormal investigators and calling out for her mother. She is one of the friendlier ghosts on board.
John Petter was an 18-year-old crew member in 1966 who got crushed by a watertight door during a safety drill. He died in a corridor named Shaft Alley, low in the ship's belly. The door he got crushed by was the famous Door 13. He is normally found around that area and is making sure the drive shafts of the Queen Mary were done well.
Room B340 is one of the most important hauntings of the ship. It is said to be one of the most active and intense rooms of the ship. In 1948, a third-class passenger and a British writer, Walter J. Adamson, died in the room after the ship was docked. Since then, many of the housekeepers started finding water running in the bathrooms when no one was staying there. In some other cases, the bed covers have been pulled off after just being made. Room B340 is one of the most haunted places on the ship because all of its unknown deaths. Well, that's the end of our episode. We hope you enjoyed listening to our podcast. Maybe one day you'll go and visit the RMS Queen Mary ship. Bye! Do you know about the hauntings about the Farrar Elementary School?
No.
Hello, welcome to our podcast, Creepy Little Hauntings. I'm your host, Bella Loza Cruz.
And I'm your co-host, Bram Bowditch. Today we'll be talking about the history of the Farrar Elementary School. We'll also tell you about the 4 hauntings.
Farrar Elementary School in Maxwell, Iowa was built in 1921, but did not open until 1922. Many kids from Maxwell and Bondora area used to go there. The school went on for years until one day in 2001 it closed and they all moved the students to Anderson Elementary. The school has no reports of death or traumatic things. But the strange thing is though they left everything there including the memories. The school is now owned by famous YouTubers Sam Goldbach and Colby Brock, who bought the school for $260,000.
Now to the hauntings. Some commonly seen and heard things are voices, phantom footsteps, and slamming doors. Shadows are often seen running in the hallways or hiding behind things, as many spirits are children.
An often seen spirit is the principal, standing at a tall 9 feet. He is said to roam the 3rd floor, commanding respect from visitors. If people don't respect him, he does not welcome them in his school and will not communicate. He used to be the leader of the school, and all the spirits have to listen to him, but that is not true. There are some spirits he is afraid of.
The school gym is one of the most reported haunted spots in the abandoned building. Once a place filled with laughter and activity, the gym now sits quiet, echoing only with creaking floorboards and the distant sound of phantom footsteps.
Paranormal investigators
And visitors have claimed to hear
disassembled
voices, the bouncing of basketballs when no one is there, and the unsettling feeling of being watched from the bleachers. This seemingly ordinary school gym has become a chilling point for these seeking glimpse into the supernatural.
The Farrar Elementary School boiler room is often cited as a focal point for paranormal activities, including sightings of strong negative entities. It's a dark cemented wall with old water heaters and custodial equipment, and a hallway leading to a dead end. Some claim it's possible portal for spirits, with a chair for those who dare to confront them. There are reports of intense experience, including Sam and Colby's video and other paranormal investigators documenting strange things happening in the boiler room. In summary, while the Farrar School isn't linked to specific deaths within the school building itself, the memory of the students and stuff remain there with them. Well, that's the end of our episode. We hope you enjoyed, and maybe one day you'll visit the Farrar Elementary School. Bye. Have you ever heard about the hauntings of the Stanley Hotel?
No.
Hello, welcome to our podcast, Creepy Little Hauntings. I'm your host, Bella Loza Cruz.
And I'm your co-host, Bram Buddies. Today, we'll be checking into one of the most haunted hotels in America, the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado.
Yup, the same hotel that inspired Stephen King's The Shining. But before fiction took over, the real place already had some seriously spooky history. The Stanley Hotel opened in 1909. It was built by F.O. Stanley, co-creator of the Stanley Streamer. He came to Estes Park to recover from tuberculosis and actually got better.
So he built this beautiful, grand hotel, but from the start, guests and staff started reporting strange things. Shadows, voices, piano music with no one else around. Let's start with room 217. Probably the most famous room in the hotel. In 1911, a maid named Elizabeth Wilson was injured in a gas explosion. She survived,
But apparently never really left. Guests report lights flickering, cold spots, and even their clothes being unpacked for them.
creepy, but kind of polite.
Honestly, if she wants to unpack for me, I'm not complaining. Just don't fold my socks weird. Next is the concert hall, where Flora Stanley, F.O. wife, used to play piano.
And she still does. Guests have heard piano music in the middle of the night, and when they go to check, the room's empty.
Some even claim to see keys move by themselves. A glossy encore, maybe? Then there's the fourth floor, the creepiest of them all. People hear children running, laughing, even playing with the doors.
Some say they felt little hands tugging on their clothes or heard whispers when no one else was around.
Definitely not your average family vacation vibe. And finally, the grand staircase, known as the Vortex. It is said to be kind of a spiritual portal. Guests report feeling dizzy, seeing orbs, or even catching ghostly figures in photos.
Think of it, the hotel's ghost expressway, spirits in, spirits out. And of course, in 1974, Stephen King stayed in room 217, had a nightmare, and The Shining was born.
The hotel now leans to the haunted legends, ghost tours, Halloween events, and even brave souls spending the night.
Would you stay there?
Maybe, with the lights on and a priest on speed dial.
That's the end of our podcast. We hope you enjoyed.
And if you ever visit Estes Park, maybe ask for room 216 instead.
Bye.
Bye.